Turn $50 into $20,000 tricks that work 100% of the time. I'm depositing $2,000 to see if either of those are true. Will I actually make money, or will I just get scammed? I'll walk you through how I test it, and more importantly, the results. First up, I got a 30-second chart with a 1-minute expiry. The setup uses 3 indicators: the zigzag, the Keltner Channel, and the stochastic oscillator. The zigzag is tuned with a deviation of 5, depth at 13, and backstep at 3. The Keltner Channel is set to an EMA of 21, an ATR of 9, and a multiplier of 2. Sounds fancy, right? Wrong! Even ChatGPT knows that.
No, it doesn't make any sense as a setup. The zigzag doesn't predict anything.
Shut up, nerd! Now, you may be wondering, what exactly am I trading? Well, Katie was so confident in her strategy that she said, pick the one with good payouts. Like she found a system that works on any market no matter what. But somehow she landed on non-OTC pairs. Accidental win? Maybe. And for the first time in this video, I felt something unfamiliar. Agreement. But that brief moments of agreement gone the second she explained the trigger, because somehow the trigger explanation was actually worse than the strategy itself, which is impressive, considering it's all based on a 30-second chart. And you know what takes less than 30 seconds? Hitting subscribe. Yeah, do it, so I can finally get an even trade for once. Anyhow, those are the trigger conditions used in this strategy. Step 1. The candle has to approach the middle line of the Keltner channel. Step 2. Look for a cross on the stochastic oscillator, but not just any cross. The lines need to cross and move away from the bottom for a buy signal, or move away from the top for a sell signal. Step 3. For a sell, the candle should move above the top Keltner line and touch the zigzag line before reversing. For a buy, it's the opposite. The candle should move below the bottom Keltner line and also touch the zigzag. And when you think it's finally over, she drops what she called the super signal. Here's how it works. She says, when the red candle crosses the middle Keltner line, it means there's still downwards momentum. And if the stochastic oscillator has crossed and exited the selling position, yeah, I'm pretty sure she meant overbought, which kind of tells me that she doesn't really know the terminology. Well, then you have the super signal. And do you think the super signal was the big plot twist meant to shock the audience? Well, maybe, but trust me, the real twist was her going full degenerate with money management. Like seriously, let's break it down. First trade, she literally goes all in with $1,000. By some miracle, it wins. She's up to $1,920. Second trade, she throws $920 at it. Wins again, balance now $2,757. And then, to top it off, she drops 2 separate trades of $1,000 each. Like, who does that? Anyways, here comes the 50 trades. Let's go. I use Pocket Option to trade, and if you don't have a Pocket Option account yet, use the link in the description to sign up. And if you already have an account, you can just delete it and make a new one with my referral link, cause odds are you sign up through one of those clowns and they are getting paid, man. Now, why is this important for you? You can find all the benefits on screen. Disclaimer, only a few people will be asked to collaborate, so it's not open to everyone. But if you're using my referral link and staying active, you'll be among the first I consider for this kind of opportunity. Why is this helpful for me? To obtain wealth? Listen, man, as much as I love donating money to Pocket Option to entertain you, there is a limit to how much I can spend. And believe me, those videos are incredibly expensive to make. Besides, nothing changes to you. In a way, nothing changes for the broker either, because that money is gonna go back to them anyways. Unless I will actually manage to find a real guru that will shock me with a working strategy. But let's be real now. Are we really gonna find somebody that is going to be good enough to make actual profit? I guess only time will tell. Now, let's talk about the results. Obviously, I wasn't about to burn $1,000 in one click, so I ran 50 trades at $20 each using her exactly indicator setup and entry rules. Here's what happened. Out of 50 trades, I won 54%. And it's terrible, because with binary option, you don't even break even with this kind of percentage. In fact, I ended up losing $35 overall. And just when I thought I was done, the platform lagged, and I accidentally ended up with 52 trades, and the last two pushed the balance even lower. So final balance, $924.40. So even with more wins than losses, the strategy bled money. And I used the pairs with the best payouts. So what do I think about this one? Giant red X, pointless, overcomplicated, unprofitable, straight into the trash. Before anyone jumps in the comments saying, but she didn't really go all in, she compounded. No, you're wrong. Like, she literally used $1,000 on her first trade, which was her whole balance. I mean, that's the definition of all in. And yes, after the first win, she compounded with profit, but still, it's a terrible idea. And the reason is simple: math. Unlike Miss Gambler here, math doesn't lie. I know exactly what the odds are of pulling off her whole-in sequence. The chance of winning 3 trades in a row with this strategy is 15.75%. Still wanna try it? Yeah, I don't think so. This strategy get a strike and definitely no seal of approval. And I got a feeling I'll be testing more of her strategy soon, like the one where she turns $1 into 30,000. Can't wait to get rich off that one. But here's the real question. What should the strike limit be? And what happens when a trader reaches it? You decide. Drop the answer in the comments. This next guru claims it turned $50 into 20,000. Impressive, right? Except the only proof is a single screenshot of a $20,000 balance. Then, for the rest of the video, it doesn't take a single live trade. And of course, the balance stays blurred the whole time, which makes no sense since the trade supposedly made him $20,000 already happened in the past. But I mean, what did you expect? Evidence? Logic? Come on, that's not part of the brand. Right off the bat, it says you need a very simplistic pattern-following currency. And what is it, you may ask? An OTC pair! So I'm going to get destroyed today. I'm gonna lose all my money. Anyhow, the best results are on Euro USD OTC, but apparently anything with USD will do. This setup uses the momentum indicator standard settings, except you need to switch it from histogram mode to a line chart. And with those clowns, you never know when you've hit peak awkwardness, because all the examples in this video are actually on a 15-second chart. And even says I usually don't go shorter than 1 minute, but he spends the whole video doing exactly that. I needed answers. Was he just not paying attention, or was it on purpose? Either way, I was left with one option. Investigate his comment section. A lot of people asked the same question, and the one time he answered, he said nothing relevant. So my take is that he had no idea what chart he was on while recording, even though he sounded completely confident it was a 1-minute chart. About the trigger, he mentioned that if the momentum line doesn't return to the middle, you can open up to 5 trades in a row, all in the same direction, each with 1 minute's expiry. So here's how the strategy works. The idea is to look for the momentum line to move far away from the middle. When it reaches the bottom or the top, you're meant to counter trade, entering trades in the opposite direction, and keep doing so until the momentum line returns to the center. Now, for my favorite part, money management. So what happens if you lose a trade? According to him, you can just let it be, but he knows a better trick. Martingale! He tells you to double your trade size because apparently it's very unlucky to lose 2 trades in a row. And if you lose 3, well, he doesn't really say. I guess by then you're supposed to get lucky. And you know, strategy is solid when the backbone of its money management is superstition. Superstition aside, let's do the math, because math doesn't care about luck. Let's run the numbers. Let's say you start with a $50 account risking $5 per trade. You lose the first one, you're down to $35. Then you double to $10, lose again, now you're at $35. Double again to $20, lose that too, and suddenly you're sitting at $15. In 3 trades, you lost 70% of your account. And maybe that's why he casually skips what happened after the 3rd loss, because when you're down to $15, the grand plan is to go in and hope for a miracle. Not to recover your $50, of course, that ship sailed 2 losses ago. Best case scenario, you win and feel slightly less like a clown. Worst case, you lose it all, and the only thing left to manage is your disappointment. Okay, time to put this masterpiece on the test.
On behalf of the flight crew, thank you for flying with us and have a pleasant stay.
Once again, I give it a fair shot. 50 trades at $20 each on Euro OTC pairs. And the result is a flat 50% win rate. The final balance was $901.20, and this one actually performed even worse than the previous strategy. And while I was trading, I wasn't upset about the money. I was upset because by that point I knew the $50 to $20,000 dream was over. Not that I ever believed in it, but hope dies last. Well, just after my balance, as if the strategy wasn't enough of a profit genocide, he also suggests depositing $500 or even $5,000 to test this strategy, because the platform gives you 50% bonus. Don't do that. But here's the catch. He never actually talks about what percentage of your balance you should risk per trade. Based on his own numbers, it ends up somewhere between 10% and 6.67% per trade. And if we martingale 3 times, that's a total loss between 70% and 46.69% of your account. For context, professional traders usually suggest just 1 to 2%. And to be fair, they also don't counter trade just because a single indicator says so. So why are we even comparing him to a pro? This guy also gets a strike. He clearly doesn't know what he's talking about. This strategy was probably made on the go. Nobody ever made $20,000 from it. Anyways, you got the content. I got scammed. Subscribe if you ever been scammed too.